Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise, and today I'm going to be in the kitchen getting some things ready for the week. First thing I'm going to do is make some blueberry pancakes. I finally got through with the pancake batter that I purchased. So now I'm going to start making them from scratch. So I need a tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 cups of milk, and I'm going to whisk them together. Just let it sit here for a while I mix up the other stuff. Now I need 2 cups of flour. All right, there's 2 cups of flour. I need 2 tablespoons of sugar. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And a half a teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to whisk these together. And then I need to mix 1 egg and 3 tablespoons of melted butter that has been cooled slightly. And then I'm going to whisk that into the milk mixture. And now we're going to mix that in the flour. And now I'm going to fold in 1 cup of frozen blueberries that I have rinsed. You can sprinkle these right on top of the pancake too if you want, but I'm going to fold mine in. Okay, now to get my griddle out. Okay, now I'm going to heat up my griddle. I'm going to set it at about 350. Put a little bit of vegetable oil on here. And I'm going to cook all these pancakes and then cool them and put them into the freezer. So much better than buying those frozen pancakes. And I'll go with about a 1/4 cup, maybe a 1/3 cup. I'm just going to let these cook until they get bubbly on top. And then I'll cool them on this cooling rack. Alright, let's see if these are ready to flip. Oh yeah. I love having pancakes made up ahead of time and in the freezer. Just pop them in the microwave and put some syrup on it and you're good to go. Okay, I'm just going to keep going on this until all my batter is used up. Okay, friends, well, my pancakes sit here on the cooling rack ready to cool. I went ahead and peeled 2 to 3 pounds of russet potatoes, and I am just going to cube these up, and then I'm going to boil them and mash them and put them in the freezer. So that way we have frozen mashed potatoes that are ready to heat and eat. And the potatoes I made last night is this what I'm doing right now. Making them up ahead of time, mashing them, and putting them in the freezer. And last night was a perfect night for using those because we were busy yesterday. So we had a nice dinner. I just took out of the freezer that was already prepared. All right. So I'm going to turn this on and let it boil. And then when the potatoes are tender, I'll bring you back. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take care of these pancakes. Show you how I'm going to store those. because I do believe, yes, these are completely cooled. So from the time I started mixing up the pancake mix and getting all these fried up was about 25 minutes from start to finish, and then the cooling time. But I've been busy doing other things while these are cooling, so 25 minutes, got a nice big batch of pancakes. I'm going to take parchment paper, just a narrow strip of it. And then I'm going to cut these strips into squares. Ziploc freezer bag. And now I'm going to separate the pancakes with a piece of parchment paper. And the parchment paper keeps these from freezing together. There we go. Now I have easy 2 weeks of a couple pancakes in the morning before my work day starts. So I'm going to put those down in the freezer. These I'll save for next time. And I'll bring you back when the potatoes are done. Okay, my potatoes are cooked, tender. So now I'm going to drain them. Put them right back into this pot. I'm going to add the last of this butter here. Those in there. Now I'm going to add milk. And I think I'm going to use my stick blender. We like our potatoes creamy. So I'll get these mashed up. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to let these cool completely. And then we'll put them into containers in the amount that the 2 of us will eat. And they supposedly keep your produce fresher for longer. So I'm going to put this 5-pound bag that I bought yesterday in here. And put it back in the pantry. Okay, well, my mashed potatoes are over here cooling. I'm going to make my marinated cabbage and sweet pepper slaw. We love eating coleslaw like that. So I'm just going to clean all these peppers. I got cold water in there. I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of vinegar. And these are going to sit here and soak for 2 minutes. I'm going to shred up some cabbage. my dishes I have been using so far today have been cleaned. Always want to stay ahead of that game if you can help it. Okay. And these I'm just going to rinse off. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit in the strainer in the sink and get as dried off as it can. These have been soaking for 2 minutes, so now I'm going to rinse these off. Okay, I need 8 mini peppers. So I'm just going to take the seeds and the middle membrane out. And just give them a quick slice. Maybe I'll dice them. I like them better. And I will have this recipe linked for you below in the description box. Okay, I think that was about 8. Okay, might have to make some stuffed peppers with these. Okay, now I'm just going to shred it up the best I can with just a knife. Okay, this will be good. Okay, I don't have celery, but I do have carrots, so I'm going to use a small carrot here. I'm going to get this peeled. And I'm going to use my shredder and get this shredded up. Okay, there's 1 carrot. And then we need an onion. Just going to use the last of what's in this jar. Then I need to make the syrup. Get this mess cleaned up. Okay, now for the syrup. I need a 1/4 cup of sugar. A 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. And a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Salt and black pepper. Oh, looks like my salt shaker's about empty. I'm gonna turn this on about a medium low. And then I need celery seed, about a 1/4 teaspoon. It says to add red pepper flakes, but I'm not going to add them this time. And now we're gonna bring this to a boil so the sugar can dissolve. Okay, my mixture is boiling. The sugar is dissolved. So now we're going to pour it over the cabbage and peppers and onions. Gonna give this a good stir. All right, I'll bring you back for the next thing. Okay, my mashed potatoes have cooled enough anyway so I can get them in these containers and get these dishes cleaned up. So I'm just gonna put enough for the 2 of us into each container. Oh yeah, these are completely cooled. So I can put them right down in the freezer. Okay. I always keep my Cool Whip and yogurt containers and what have you, just for this reason. And I have a label here that says mashed potatoes and June 1st. Can't believe it's 1st of June already. So these are going to go down in the freezer. And we'll have mashed potatoes instead of having to go through the whole cooking process. So there's them. Okay, now we're going to store our produce. So I have a 1/2 gallon mason jar here. Set a paper towel down in there. And I'm going to stand my carrots up. And that's how I store my produce. last longer in glass containers. My opinion, anyway. And the rest of these sweet peppers. And my cabbage, the leftovers of that. See if I can get this broke up good enough to fit into the quart. I like to keep paper towel in there so it absorbs moisture. I have to put some of this cabbage in with the carrots. It should be fine. Not much left anyway. Okay, and that is how I store produce. Okay, now I'm going to take care of this head of cauliflower. Do the same thing. Put it in a strainer and rinse it off. And then I will cut it into florets. The stem off. All right, now let's see what we can. Cut that core out. I'll get these rinsed off. Okay, my cauliflower is rinsed and drained. And a paper towel down in this half-gallon glass jar. I'm going to put these florets in there. Okay, get this mess cleaned up. My dishes are all done. I like to keep up on them. I'd like to thank you for spending this time in the kitchen with me. If you like this kind of content, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.